Of course, we are back as usual for AEW Dynamite Maximum Carnage. We're gonna go over what happened here tonight. We were in like a smaller venue than I'm normally used to seeing, but I actually liked it. It had like this theater vibe where like the seats were all stacked up behind each other. It was a nice looking arena. And they had like a barricade behind the ring. They had like a little small space. I like the aesthetic. It had a nice little look to it. But tonight we had a very interesting night. Kind of that first, I want to say that first hour to me flew by real quick. We had like 4 matches in that first hour, like 4 of them. So we first started out the show with Pac and Darby Allin, and of course, geez, boy, this man Darby Allin is just, I don't know what to say about it. Every time I'm like, hey man, please, Tony Khan, put the belt on Darby Allin, and then I see stuff like this.
Oh no.
It's like, bro, what am I supposed to like? What am I supposed to say to that? How am I supposed to respond to that? Like my guy is just trying to die every week. He's out here, which again, respect to him. He's here to entertain us and put his entire body and well-being on the line. Shouts out to Darby Allin, but like, God damn, my guy, God damn, like, Jesus Christ, so relax a little bit. But Darby and Pac is destroying Darby Allin the majority of this entire match. He is destroying. It wasn't until Pac injured his ankle and Darby took advantage of it, full advantage of it. He started going crazy. The ref took a bump, and then they had a steel chair in the ring, and Darby put the chair on Pac's legs, so he dove on top of the chair, and then he got him into the Scorpion Deathlock, and that's how he got the victory after Pac was forced to tap out. So shouts out to Darby. He gets the win over Pac. He hasn't beaten him yet until now, so shouts out to him. Hey, I messed with that first match. First match of the show, they were going crazy. Messed with it. Darby, no more of them crazy bumps. Relax a little bit. You can go a show without violence a little bit. Don't get me wrong, I respect it and I like it, but like, I need you to live, sir. We need to get that world title on you before you decided to kick the bucket with wrestling. Or kick the bucket in general with how you're moving. Next match we had was Brian Keith and Hangman for some reason. Yeah, I'm not sure why we had Brian Keith and Hangman. I believe Joe put a bounty on his head, so he got the bounty hunter. So Brian Keith and Big Bill went out there, and Big Bill had his distractions for Hangman and such going into that match. And it was like just a back and forth cat and mouse thing going into the commercial break between them. It wasn't until Big Bill got way more involved than he should have, and my boy Swerve pulled up to help him out, and that's how Hangman hit the bug shot on Brian Keith and got the win. And then they both made a very interesting statement, right? They were still trying to challenge the Ops, and then Kenny Omega comes out and is like, there are 3 possible world champions in this ring and all that, such and such. But when they were challenging the Ops, later on, we get a backstage segment. I'm gonna just skip to later on, just real quick, where Hangman says, it's gonna be us fighting for the trios titles. And I thought about that for a second, right? I was like, wait, I just got some reports that were saying Hobbs is leaving AEW and going to WWE by midnight. And if that's the case, then does that mean that Hook is the trios champion in this case? And he just said in the promo, I took out Hook. So is Hook going to show up on Collision, like fine, and going to be ready for this matchup? That's what I'm going to have to assume, I guess, going into it. I'm going to have to assume that, I guess. So that's fine. That's okay. We'll leave that where it's at. Kenny Omega gets into a talky talk segment with Don Callis and the boys, and he wants Kenny versus Josh Alexander. So we're going to get that next week on Dynamite. All right, cool. That's out of Kenny Omega. We're trying to see where he can go from here. I'm pretty sure it's going to lead into Kenny versus MJF at some point. So we'll see how that goes down. After this, I believe we lead into. So I don't know if you guys remember the translator that MJF brought. The translator that he brought in from last week to, I got beat up by Bandido as well. He was in the back, and Brody King pulls up, and he comes in contact with him. He's like, "Hey, I want to make sure you know that you keep Bandido away from me and all that." And Brody King was like, "Nah, man, that's fine. I'm putting my hands on you. You and me, we have a match." So he throws this man out there. He's fighting this translator guy. It's a squash match pretty much, and translator gets destroyed, and Brody King, which is Bandido Wells, and I hope that he sees him as AEW World Champion. Okay, cool. Our next match is the tag team four-way tornado tag match. Yeah, Jet Speed, Gates of Agony, and Jet Speed, Gates of Agony, Don Callis family with Mark Davis and Jake something or Jack Doyle. I don't. This dude's name is weird. Is it Jake Doyle? Jack Doyle? Jake something? Who knows? You get the person. You know who the person is. You know who the guy is at this point. So it's Gates of Agony against Don Callis, Mark Davis, and Jack Doyle, Jet Speed, and the Young Bucks. Winner gets their shots at FTR for the tag team titles. So be it. I like the tornado tag match. They were, again, to me, I've said this before during like the longer streams that I would have with the rest of the MVPs. When it comes to tag team matches, let's think about it for a second. The tag team matches always get lit when the dudes are just like coming in the ring anyway. So it ends up being a tornado tag, regardless of the fact. Shouts out to you, Homer, for showing up as first, per usual, which you normally do. But when it comes to the tag team matches, they get lit anyway when they turn into a tornado tag, regardless of the fact. So, like, to me, it don't matter. Like, it's like a tornado tag match to me is always the best match. So the tornado tag match was fun. They were really showing a lot of Mark Davis and Doyle during this match, trying to put them over. And I won't lie to you, they have, their look is very generic. They look the most like them, and like the Gates of Agony look more like actual tag team threats. When you look at Jet Speed, of course, Kevin Knight's the only one on his side that looks like a threat, but Speedball looks like a scrawny little boy. And then the Young Bucks, like, yeah, they're in shape, but they're also skinny. So when you look at Jack and Mark Davis, and then you look at the Gates of Agony, you're like, oh, one of these two teams has to win here because these two other teams look weak as hell. And that's pretty much what happened. They really put the they really put the rocket on the back of Doyle and Mark Davis, because they had them boys stuck one dude on top of the rest, and then they had Mark Davis pile driver one of them boys. I don't know which one they pile drove, but they pile drove one of them. And I just got word it was Kevin Knight. Okay, so he pile drove Kevin Knight into the mat. I'm gonna pinning black people and stuff. Let's not do that on Black History Month. Paul drove Kevin Knight into the mat and got the win. So it's going to be FTR versus Mark Davis, Jack Doyle. Okay. Heel versus heel in this situation. So FTR shows up. They wheel out Stokely Hathaway. I don't know why he's still in the wheelchair. Man took one bump, not in the wheelchair. So wheels out Stokely Hathaway, and pretty much they get into the ring and they start throwing hands with them, and the security guards break it up. Yada yada yada. You know the spiel. The regular wrestling spiel. Security breaks up wrestling. I don't know how I feel about the heel versus heel thing, or the story in general, or where this is gonna go. But I'm interested in seeing this match because they put a lot of shine on these other two, Mark and Jack. So I'm fine with seeing that match. I'm fine with seeing it. It's something completely different, and I haven't seen it before, so I might as well tap in and see what we're talking about. So after that, we're pretty much well into the second hour, and we get the women's tag team match, the trios match, Triangle of Madness against Babes of Wrath and Chris Statlander. This match got a little bit slow during the break. It got just a little bit slow, just a little bit. but it was a great showing for the Triangle of Madness. I'll say, like, when you see anything Harley Cameron does, you're kind of like, it's like, I get it, she's improving, but you're kind of like, all right, let me look away a little bit. Let me not look too much into this. And then, honestly, Sky Blue has definitely improved from where she was at. There was a point where I was looking like, all right, Sky Blue might have to like pack this thing up, but she's definitely improved a lot, especially with Julia. And Thekla, hey, I'm a big Thekla fan, and Thekla getting the pin over Chris Statlander tonight. She pinned the world champion. So you know what that means. It's time for her to get a world title shot. But let's not just like throw her under a bus yet. Let's not throw her under a bus yet. Let's give it some time. Let's give it some air to breathe. It was a big win, but let's not just send her out to pasture. All right, bam, Chris Statlander beat her, win, send her off her way into the back and catering. Like, no, let's give this some time to breathe. Let's shine a little more light on this, because there is a possibility we can get a Triangle of Madness holding tag belts and the world title at some point. There is a possibility in there, but we'll have to see where that goes. But shouts out to Thekla and the Triangle of Madness. Chris, Willow, you carried Harley Cameron. You gonna have to improve, twin. You gonna have to improve. And so I believe the final match, before I get to the main event tonight, do guys talk about some important information. I'm gonna get a little, open the curtain a little bit on this one. I hate when I'm like behind on things. There's nothing more that I hate than being behind on things. I swear to you. I swear to God. I hate it. I absolutely hate it. Because I literally was going to make a video this morning, right? I was going to make a video this morning on the Rascals joining AEW. I was like, yo, they said that they're free agents. Send them niggas over to AEW. That's why I need you to send them over. Because the tag division, the trios division, they could really use all four of these dudes. And even also the mid-card division. Because he got too many mid-card belts as it is already. So you got the Continental title, you got the TNT title, you got the national title, you got the international title. A lot of belts. A lot of them. So I'm saying we're trying to beef up those divisions. And what better way to beef up the divisions than adding 4 whole new individuals? Because now you beefed up the tag team, you beefed up the trios, and you beefed up one of the mid-card scenes as well. Yeah. Like, these guys scream like trios champions. You can even throw a TNT title on one of them. The national title that Ricochet is holding. Could you imagine a Wesley and Ricochet match? That match would go crazy. That match would absolutely go crazy. Hey, I'm with that. Or Zachary Wentz. He probably go crazy with him too. All 4 of them probably would. So hey, like this is right here. This right here. Fantastic signing. Now, unfortunately, yes, you did lose Powerhouse Hobbs. He will be in NXT. I'm gonna have a video on that dropping tonight as well. You'll see that late in like the AMs or something. But I'm gonna have a video dropping on that as well. Hobbs will be going to NXT most likely, and then dominating there, and then go to the main roster, and we'll see where that goes from that point forth with Triple H and his races behind. But yeah, like it's you lose one person, sucks, but you just gained four new ones. Hey, keep it pushing. Keep it pushing. We now reach the main event. The main event's Bandido, my guy, pulling up, looking like Aztec Batman out here in these streets. Hey, Bandido's my guy. He's my favorite currently. He's my favorite luchador currently right now. Here go Bandido, Mascara Dorada. Technically speaking, Dom's a luchador, so Dom goes third. Actually not. If we're counting Dom, no, Dom goes second. It go Bandido, Dom, Mascara Dorada, Rey Mysterio, and then everybody else kind of falls into the same category below that. It sucks that Pentagon and Phoenix isn't on this list. Steven B, like, they're alive on there. They kind of just shoved in with everybody else because WWE, you know what they've done with them already. But yeah, those are my top 4 right there. Bandido, Dom, Dorada, and Ray. But my guy Bandido's going up against MJF for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship. And the match, I wanted the match to be better. It was okay. The beginning, I like that. I like that first beginning chunk it had in the beginning. I like that starting part. Then once they went to commercial break, I don't know what the hell happened, but like they just kind of like took a bump. Like they just like MJF really like, you know, when Randy Orton slows down the pace, or Triple H said slow down and then slow down some more. That's what that middle push and going to the commercial break felt like. They just really slowed down. They really slowed down and they dragged and they dragged. I'm like, Jesus Christ. They kind of drag it a little bit here to win. Like, my God, I know it's commercial break and all, but you got it. Normally when it's a commercial break, they still go at 10. They don't just go down to 1. You know what I'm saying? Like, normally at commercial break, they still stay up at the highest levels. But now I was like, yo, what the hell is happening? These dudes are moving in slow motion almost. After ad break, they turn it up. I like it. We get a little 7-minute overrun, and the match pretty much ends with, so Bandido hits him with the MJF with the 21 plex, but his shoulder was hurt majority of the match because MJF was targeting it the entire match because he was trying to set him up for that Salt of the Earth later on. So as soon as he hits him with the 21 plex, he's able to get the cover. So it's taking him a while, but finally when he gets the cover, MJF kicks out at 2, and then immediately transitions into the Salt of the Earth. And Bandido is not tapping. So he switches the arm, bends it, and gets him into the label lock, which Brian points out on commentary. He's like, oh, we got him in the label lock. We call him the yes lock first, but then, transition to the label lock. And Bandido did not tap out, but unfortunately he passed out. Ref raised the arm only once. I hate when they do this. Like, stick to a routine. If you're going to raise the arm, raise it 3 times. That's the way you've always done it. Oh, well, that's the way I've always seen it. You raise the arm 3 times, and if it falls 3 times, then he's cooked. You got to raise it 3 times. You got to raise it 3 times. I guess MJF only gets that privilege, apparently. So MJF gets the win off of Bandido passing out, and MJF gets the mic. And he says, you know what, Bandido? When people said you were going to be a world champion, I laughed. But I actually think you probably can at some point be a world champion here in AEW, which means I gotta attack you. So he's like, hey, you gonna be a world champion at some point? I think you can, but now I gotta kill you because now you're a threat. So, and then he starts pulling up on him, and he's gonna do him dirty by ripping off his mask, and out comes Brody King for the save. And then AEW goes off the air. So that was AEW Dynamite Maximum Carnage. How was the show? Honestly, about 80% of the show was good up until that last match where like the middle of it was just slow and dead. But I enjoyed the show. When it comes to AEW, I have complaints about small things like when they show that segment with Scorpio Sky and what's the team Skyflight. Like that segment was kind of mid. Like they need to put a little more shine on them. Like try to put them out there like that. And like Brian Keith and Hangman, you could have lessened that time on that match. I don't need Hangman, my former world champion, never Brian Keith for that long. Outside of that stuff, I'm just like, all right. Outside of that, the show was fine. The event needed to step it up, but the show was fine. So I'm gonna tune in for Collision because they got a couple matches on there that I'm interested in seeing, push that trios match. I want to see what the hell they do there with those titles. I'm assuming they're gonna put them on Jet Speed and Hangman, I guess, right? Possibly. Who knows? Who knows really? But I'm gonna head out. All right, I'm gonna fly out of the building head first. Okay? So y'all be easy. Okay, be out here doing drugs or something. I'm gonna for those for those of you in the Twitch chat, I'm going to raid a channel and I'm going to dip out on the main YouTube channel. So I appreciate y'all as always, and y'all stay tuned for more videos.